everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Tammy Klinger, also known as Tambaramba, and I'm sharing an art journal page with you today. This one is for Art by Marlene, and actually this one is one that lots of people have requested. So I did a similar smaller page recently and everyone loved it and kept contacting me, so I thought, right, I'll show you exactly how I did it. So what I've done is I've grabbed a couple of pages out of my handy size album, which is ABMES JOURO2, and I've just popped them down, and then I've grabbed all my fluoro paints, like all the neons is what Marlene calls them, and I absolutely love these. I love working with neons because they're quite transparent, so you get lots of the lovely colours and little bits of colours and stuff peeking through underneath, so they're lots of fun to play with. So what I've done is I've actually popped down a little bit of the wow, which is the yellow, and I kind of work on the rules of threes or fives. So you'll see I've got three sections of yellow, one a bit bigger, two a bit smaller, and I'm simply putting them on and swiping them with a old store card, and that just gives a really thin layer and just a really interesting background. So then you can see I've come in and filled up all the little spaces using all the rest of the colours. So there's an orange, which is Boom, a funky, which is pink, a hot pink, which is an orangey pink, punk, did I use punk purple? No, I haven't used the punk yet, and a little bit of the green, which is the glow. And then what I do just to give it a lift, because they're all quite transparent and kind of a similar, they're all in that neon, so I grabbed the Smurf, which is ABMES ACP10, and I love that colour, and I just swipe that in a couple of places, and then what I'm doing is actually just with a little paintbrush just doing a few little mark makings coming out from those sections that I've swiped. So the beauty of, and you'll see it in the close-ups a bit later, the beauty of that Smurf, particularly when you put it over the pink, you get the double layering and you get lots of interest in there. So then I've come in with a little bit of the orange with mark making, and I just make sure I use a different size paintbrush for each of these mark making bits. And finally I come in with some white, and white is whenever I work with bright colours I always add black and white. It's a bit of a secret of mine. So I've just popped a little bit of white in the background. Then what I've done is I've cut some of those die cuts, ABM BBCD133. They're gorgeous metal dies called Fauna and Flora, and I've used the there's a lovely stem one in there. So what I've done is I've actually cut 6 of that from just black paper, and then I'm gluing them on using gel medium, because it's just a little bit easier to, because they're quite intricate, the designs, and I just make sure that they're at different heights. So to do that I will trim off the edges and trim off those bits, but yeah, just 3 on each side, and make sure you don't want them to be evenly across your page. You want them to be in little clusters and overlapping a tiny little bit and different heights. So now I'm using that purple, which is punk. Now it actually looks quite pink on the page, but it is a purple, so I'm not sure why it's come up quite so pink. It might have been the light on the day. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I love to be able to use these paints and just put them straight on my page. So I've done a couple of larger circles with them, and then just spread the paint out with my finger, and then I've also done some, I drew some scallops along 2 edges, and I just also spread that using a brush or my finger. So now I am adding a few more mark makings. What I'll do is I'll go over this purple, because as I said, it's quite transparent. It's quite see-through at the moment, so I do want to give it a couple of layers, because I just want that pop that purple gives it. Okay, so then I did add a few more mark makings. Here comes my second colour of paint, and you'll see that just sharpens everything up a bit. And yeah, as I said, just use your fingers So then I will dry it all off. And then what I usually do is I will outline those shapes with a black paint pen. Yep, so here I am using black paint pen. So this one, first of all, I use a thick one and I just kind of roughly go around the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect. My art is certainly not perfect. So I just do the thicker one first, and then I will come in. I'm also doing the scallops, so I go around the edges of the scallops and then I colour in a little bit too, just to add a little bit of interest. So then I will come in with a thinner paint pen and I will go around all of that again, but it just gives sort of a scribbly look, and although it adds a bit of a messiness, it actually hides any imperfections, so it does make a real difference, as you'll see here. So that's what I'm doing there, and you can do back and forth over and over. It just adds to the look. So then I'm flipping through the sticky quotes, which is ABM BBSTIC04, and I select one that says, "Creativity isn't the way I think, it's the way I live." And then so you can see the lights changed again. It's probably just the time of the day that I did this. There was probably some clouds and stuff. So then I'm just using my paint pen to scribble around the edges, lines around the edges, a few little scribbles. And then the last thing I think I will do is add in some flicks of black paint. So that is the pitch paint. Yep, so I'll just pop a bit down, add some water and splatter it. So it's a really fun, bright page. When you do that swiping technique with an old straw card, you get different looks every time. So it's really interesting and fun to do. So something a little bit different for your background. So there we have it. So thanks for joining me today. I'd love you to have a go at this, and yeah, I'll be back again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.